Torna la taronja mecànica. Tampoc és que faci tants anys que es va estrenar a casa nostra. Recordem que per problemes amb la dictadura i la censura, aquí es va estrenar molt tard. Ara en podeu tornar a gaudir en pantalla gran i alta definició. Videu bé, germanets, videu bé.
Vidi well, little brother, vidi well.
I així es va veure a Sitges, en alta definició, en la còpia restaurada i projectada en format digital. Malcolm McDowell va recollir el Gran Premi Honorífic del festival, un guardó que reconeix un nom cabdal pel gènere. També va presentar aquesta taronja mecànica d'aspecte renovat i ho va fer lluint el seu irresistible humor anglès i també demostrant que continua sent un seductor irreductible.
She's such a pretty interpreter. It's very difficult for me working with her because I want to be looking at her and saying hello. Oh, what are you doing later? No, I'm kidding. Well, I only worked with him on one movie and that was enough.
I després d'aquesta energètica aparició del senyor McDowell, una altra aparició encara més poderosa i torbadora, la del seu alter ego a la taronja mecànica, la d'Àlex, un noi aficionat a l'ultraviolència, al sexe i fanàtic de Beethoven. La projecció de Sitges ens va demostrar dues coses. Una, que el film té un discurs totalment vigent. Fa por veure com la novel·la d'Anthony Burgess s'ha convertit en una profecia total. 40 anys després, els joves sotmesos a una societat sense valors són els protagonistes de nombrosos casos que són clons de les situacions que viu l'Àlex a la novel·la i al film. L'altra cosa que ens va demostrar la projecció de Sitges és el gran pas endavant que suposa la projecció digital. Es va demostrar amb Blade Runner i ara amb la taronja mecànica. Es recupera la definició de la imatge original i els seus colors. Sitges va aprofitar aquesta projecció per fer un merescut homenatge a McDowell i nosaltres vam aprofitar la seva visita per parlar de taronges mecàniques, Kubrick i de la resta de la seva carrera. Primera pregunta. Quan el van contractar per interpretar a Àlex, era conscient que estaven fent una obra avançada al seu temps?
Of course not. I mean, you know, of course you knew you were chosen to play in a very important film because anything that Kubrick did was important. I mean, you know, he'd come from Paths of Glory, Spartacus, Lolita, Strangelove, 2001, Clockwork Orange. My God, the greatest director history of cinema. I mean, he was on the greatest run. Not only were his films popular, but they were artistic triumphs. So he combined it both. Great integrity, great art with popular, which is impossible to do. It's very rare that you can do that. But Kubrick, he was a brilliant impresario as well, a brilliant producer. He had a nose for what people wanted. And, you know, I was lucky to be involved and just lucky that he invited me to do the part.
I'm sorry, but we don't usually let strangers in.
Una de les coses que més va agradar a Kubrick de Malcolm és la seva facilitat camaleònica per transformar-se segons les necessitats i evolució del personatge i, sobretot, la seva capacitat d'improvisació, oblidant la tècnica i enfrontant-se a cada paper com si fos el primer.
What I try to do, particularly, is to come and be as spontaneous as I possibly can be. I mean, the best moments in film are always spontaneous ones that happen right there. And even Kubrick, who was, you know, obsessively in control of everything, when I was spontaneous, it was the most, he would love it the most.
Singing in the rain, just singing in the rain.
Singing in the rain and all this completely done on the moment. So this, you know, because that is, they make the great moments in the film. So that the technique that I have, I can, you know, act any part, really, any part through the technique that I've learnt. But as I say, I like to get rid of the technique completely and start again as a young actor coming to a part, knowing nothing. And so that if there is something that's really spontaneous that I can do, it suddenly lights up the screen, and you can't write it in a script. Script is only the skeleton, really.
So, the last thing I have to tell you young fellas is this.
Una de les persones més importants a la carrera de Malcolm McDowell és Lindsay Anderson. Amb ell ha participat en nombroses pel·lícules i és el director que el va donar a conèixer. Perquè entenguem la tècnica d'interpretació de McDowell i com aquesta s'adapta a la situació, ens va explicar una anècdota on, com hem vist abans amb la traductora, va caure sota els encants de la seva companya de repartiment.
If you knew the whole story, you'd never believe me.
How I went to this audition and I met this girl who was playing the girl, and I'm looking at this girl going, my God, this girl is so beautiful. Oh my God, you know, and I'm thinking, and they're going, have you read the scene? I went, what? Oh, no, and they're going, for God's sake, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be looking at this girl. You're supposed to be looking at the scene. I said, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm looking at the scene going, oh, my. And then they go, right, you ready? Well, okay. And then, you know, just going through this thing and, you know, then reading, you know, Mick grabs hold of the girl and kisses her passionately. And I went, oh. So I grabbed hold of her and pulled her across this table, and our lips banged together, and there was sort of blood, a little bit, not much, and it was like, oh my God, you know. And then suddenly I didn't read the second line, which was that the girl viciously slaps Mick. And so this girl, but she didn't slap me, she punched me. She was a little cockney, and she just reared up and bang, and I hit the deck. I hit the stage, and literally I was in shock. My ears were ringing, tears were flowing down my face, and I sat there completely humiliated. And I got up and I went after her around the stage, and the script had gone. I don't know, even know where it didn't matter. That's what got me the part. She slapped me into movie stardom. That's what I always say, and I always thank her for it.
You look very beautiful.
Malcolm McDowell porta més de 40 anys treballant en pel·lícules i sèries. Títols de cinema com If, Un hombre con suerte, Time After Time, El beso de la mujer pantera, Evelenko o Els nous Halloweens, i també una llarga llista de participacions a la televisió, on darrerament l'hem vist a Herois. Malcolm McDowell té una carrera molt prolífica gràcies a la seva versatilitat. Quin és el secret per treballar tant i tan bé? Més anècdotes.
So when I'm asked to do something like Time After Time, of course it's a beautiful script to play a great character, H.G. Wells. So immediately I think, H.G. Wells, he's a historical character. You know, I better find out something about him. So I called the BBC and I said, do you have any archives that I could possibly listen to of H.G. Wells talking on the radio? Because, you know, they have all these archives, and they sent me a record that I put on, a 78. And there came this voice, sort of from the grave, of this high-pitched Southeast London whine. He talked like that. And I thought, my God, that's H.G. Wells? I can't go to Hollywood and play him like that. They won't understand a word of it. So I forgot about that. I said, I'm not playing H.G. Wells' historical character. I'm playing H.G. Wells' Hollywood idea.
Yes, perhaps that might be nice.
So I've ended up in this horror thing. I think I've only done 2, and that's all I'm going to do. I've had enough of that. I'll move on to something else now. I think they're doing a 3rd one, but I don't think I'll be involved. Not unless they've got a big sack of money. which the Weinsteins, I doubt.
On August 28th,
evil is here. It's walking amongst us. Michael is more evolved.
Podríem estar parlant de Malcolm McDowell i amb en Malcolm McDowell durant uns quants programes més, però a la tele el temps és or. Igual que el temps d'aquest actor britànic, que aprofita cada segon i no deixa de viure i treballar en allò que millor sap fer i que pels que els agrada el cinema és tot un regal. La seva mirada ens continua inquietant i seduint com fa 40 anys. Llarga vida al cavaller McDowell.
It's only a movie.